Hello YouTube, greetings from Miss Kimberly today. I have something I wanted to say, and the subject line for this video is your mouth is like a two-edged sword. You get what you give to people. I'm not talking like the biblical sense, okay? Don't think I'm going to sit here and preach like biblical verses. I'm not talking like that. I'm just saying in general, your mouth can be like a two-edged sword, and whatever you say to people could come back to you in the long run, and it could actually hurt you, because, you know, I know people right now that are mistreating people to the most wrongest degree you could think of, you know, talking garbage about them, basically spewing venom and not saying any nice things about them at all. And I'll tell you what, that kind of thing can really come back and give you some unpleasant experiences of your own. Because remember what I said also, you get what you give. If you give people venom out of your mouth and you talk nothing but nasty things to them, who's to say that the same thing ain't going to happen to you? It may not happen the same day you do it to somebody else, but it may happen, you know, a day from now, a week from now, a couple months from now, even a year from now. Somebody else could do you just as dirty as you did that person. And, you know, people seem to forget that, you know, life has a way of, you know, giving some justice to people that have been wronged. You know, I'm not pursuing to get even with anyone personally. I'm just going to let people reap what they sow and basically let them get what they're giving to people. They want to be nasty. They want to be they want to be miserable. They want to live in a chaotic environment. More power to them. You know, that's their choice to live that way. But from a personal standpoint of this too, I can choose to use my mouth that's like that two-edged sword and not spew venom out of either end. I don't have to be like everybody else around me that wants to do that. No matter how much trash they talk, no matter how miserable they try to make me, shine it on, ignore them, and just move on with my life. You know, they are not that important to take the center stage of everything. They believe they are, but they're not. They believe that the world revolves around them and that everybody should just drop what they're doing in their own lives and do what they want them to do. That ain't the way things are going to happen with me, with these people. I'm not going to drop what I'm doing in my life anymore. You know, if you don't want to be there for me, you don't want to give me support during my darkest hours and when I'm going through a hard time and when stuff gets real and you want to run, that's your choice. But if you do that, don't expect me to help you when you're going through the same situation. Because, you know, it's just sad, you know, just seeing all these people spew venom because they just don't want to say nice things about anybody. They feel so bad about themselves that they don't want to take the time to compliment somebody. You know, even the smallest compliment that comes out of your mouth can make somebody's day that much better. And, you know, I've tried that whole thing on some of these people. You know, give them compliments, be nice to them, help them out. In perspective, did it really help any? Not really. That's why I'm choosing not to do anything for these people, because they just don't have gratitude in them either. They're not appreciative of anything that I could do for them in the long run. So why waste my time, my resources to help somebody that doesn't want to return the favor at all to say the least. Probably wondering why I brought all that up besides the beginning of this, but you know what? Attitude plays a factor in your venom that you spew, or you choose not to spew. If you have a sour puss attitude, then yeah, you're gonna spew venom everywhere, and you're gonna contaminate people, and you're gonna make them feel bad, and in perspective, you can cause a lot of damage to somebody by doing that, you know? You know that, people that do that to somebody for a long extended period can be mentally worn out. You know, they just get mentally exhausted to where they just cannot handle any more from anybody. They're done. They don't want to handle it anymore. And you know what? I've been there recently. I was mentally getting worn out because I was doing my best to shine it on, to be nice, to not fight with anyone, and you know what? It just wasn't helping any, because no matter how much I shined it on and pretended that it didn't bother me, mentally getting worn out is terrible. It is the worst thing you can be, because you're basically sleeping a lot too, because you're just mentally done. You have like no desire to do anything else. One final thought before I go. This is for anybody that's in a relationship or married. This kind of situation can also play a key factor for you and your significant other to actually get so fed up with everything that you start to fight with your other half instead of, do something to change the current situation. Please do not go that route. Do not take your anger out on the person that you love. For if they didn't do it, why should you project your anger onto them and make them feel bad or hurt their feelings or make them even cry and make them feel like you don't want to be around them anymore when they didn't do anything? It's like, don't let other people's negative attitude and the venom and diarrhea they spew out of their mouth, don't let other people impact what you have. If you have a good relationship, a good marriage, do everything you can to keep it that way. Don't let anybody impact it to the point where one of you or both of you wants to go away and get away from each other because you just don't want to handle it. Because basically, splitting up a marriage because of somebody else is the most ridiculous thing you could do. Honestly, it is the most ridiculous thing. So, just something to, think about. And, I'm not really talking about anybody in particular, again, with this video. I'm just sending it out into the void, into the world, for people that may need to hear this. And those of you that don't need to hear it, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But maybe somebody did need to hear my thoughts. Maybe somebody did need to hear this. The smallest little thing like this can help somebody tremendously. Anyway, I am going to go, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you all soon.